sports on your local sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
This is a Daily Show with Coach Jake Diebler, brought to you by Encova Insurance. Bruce Thornton, 5 points away from becoming the number 5 all-time scorer, passing Kelvin Ramsey. Just hearing that is kind of a monumental thing.
Yeah, when you look at the list and the players on the list of the top 10 scoring in our program, there's some names that have just left a major impact throughout the history of Ohio State basketball. And, you know, Bruce certainly is a talented player who's put a lot of time and effort into being a good player for Ohio State. It's an honor to be included on that list, and you're reminded of just how good he is as he passes some of these names. But, you know, we got some work to do here left this season as a team, and I know that's where his focus is.
All right, we'll have another comment in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the court. That's why Encova Insurance and their local independent agents are prepared for what's next and protect what matters most to you. Whether that's your home, car, business, or family, Encova's got your back with a policy that fits you perfectly. With local independent agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova's playbook is an easy win for your peace of mind. Basketball is full of challenging shots, and life can be too. With Encova, you don't have to do it alone. Your expert agent will guide you and provide insurance solutions so you can confidently manage your risk and count on a financially secure future. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you. Encova is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams. The agile, get it, achieve more together teams. And the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Jake, we've been able to see Christoph Tilley in the last few games start to find some success shooting the ball outside the three-point line. Is that something that can help open up other offensive options?
For sure. His ability to stretch the floor, which we felt like was going to be a real strength this year, wasn't quite the case for a majority of the season, but we're starting to see some consistency there. So I like his shot selection from three. And, you know, I think if he can continue to knock down one or two a game, it makes a big difference for us.
This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hello, it's Mookie. Make Valentine's Day unforgettable this year with Northwood Jewelers. In need of something for that special someone? Check out their stunning 24-karat gold-tipped roses as seen on their TikTok for only $79. Or explore shimmering diamond jewelry starting at $169. And don't forget permanent jewelry starting at just $50. Northwood Jewelers will be open from 10 until 3 on Valentine's Day. 4612 Woodville Road. Northwood Jewelers. Service before, during, and after the sale.
February is the month of love. Get the person you care about flowers, chocolates, and a gift that keeps on giving. Renewal by Anderson's exclusive Fibrex composite windows. What? Right now at Renewal by Anderson of Northwest Ohio, we're offering $400 off windows, $850 off doors, plus no money down, no monthly payment, and no interest for 12 months with approved credit. Give us a call today, 419-931-6970. Renewal by Anderson of Northwest Ohio, Anderson Window Muscle, local 419-HUSTLE.
Black and White Sports is now.
Trust and believe. It's something totally different. And stop with the Eminem, because Eminem's not one of the best either. And y'all can stop that.
Dre says he's the best on the mic.
Dr. Dre is a Fed, and so is Snoop. We covered this. Everybody fool with Dre and Snoop is dead or was locked up. I don't care what Dr. Dre said.
I'm just reporting.
Dr. Dre was wearing women's shoes before it was fashionable to do it as a guy.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
I know you're kind of busy just now, but I want to tell you some things I never told you. I know sometimes I act stupid and I say stupid things, but you kept me around, and other people would have said, drop that bum. You give me respect. You know, it's hard for me to say these kind of things because that ain't my way. But if I could just unzip myself and step out and be someone else, I want to be you. You're real hot.
If the papers knew we were talking like this, they'd think we was crazy. Why you?
Because I'm the best and you need somebody to teach you different. You may not understand what I'm talking about now. I can appreciate that, but you will when it's over. Believe me. You will when it's over. You think I don't have any more?
You got nothing more to prove, do you?
Look, man, this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
I got a lot more. Come on. Here we go again.
And we wish to show the American press a small portion of the advances.
What does all this do to enhance performance?
It makes a man a better man. A great athlete, a super athlete. Though most of the world is ignorant. It's showtime! It's showtime! Come on. You wish to educate your country.
In great spirits tonight. He's really putting on a show for this capacity crowd.
Shall we have a demonstration?
Please do.
As you can see, the result's quite obvious. Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Now you're gonna have to go through hell. Worse than any nightmare that you ever dreamed. But in the end, I know you'll be the one standing. You know what to do.
Oh, man, I can appreciate this one. Good afternoon and greetings on this midweek hump day Wednesday. We say will to win Wednesday. However you may be listening, whatever you may be into. Welcome to the fastest buck 20 in sports. It's called Black and White Sports. My name is Andre of the Savages. We are brought to you by my good friends at the Bellamere Suites. That's Perrysburg, Ohio. As far as suburban Atlanta and so forth. So thank you so much. We encourage you to revisit Fun Romance on this and each day. Give them a call too while you're at it, 866-499-BELLA or 2352. And this man, good afternoon, Josh Burnham. How are you, sir? I hope you and yours are well on this Black and White Wednesday. Will to win Wednesday. Josh, do you have the will to win?
I always have the will to win. The problem is, will let me do it?
Yeah, well, Will might smack you, you know. Will can be funny. Yes. All right, people. 877-909-1007, 100.7 is where we are. It's ESPN here in the Glass City. So we appreciate you each and every day. Southeast Michigan as well. Sometimes we don't act like it. It might sound like that. But okay, hold on, real quick. Oh, first and foremost, too, pitchers and catchers reporting today. We like that. Just a sidebar, but not really. That's almost like that's a big mention. So you don't ever like to do it, sort of casually. But at the same time, it's casual. Just to note, everybody else will be reporting soon. It's gonna get wild. But listen, look, the Wemby thing. It was disturbing all morning watching this, and we talked about this. Shouts out Hightower. I'm going to come to you in a moment and those doggone Pacers of yours. But, yeah, man, this Laker thing. Now, after all this Wemby I had to watch all morning and the whole Wilt Chamberlain-ness of it, I think it's like a 40-point onslaught here, something about 25 plus or something in a quarter of the hat, whatever he did, and the youngest player. Okay, 136, 108 is the final. This was a setup scrimmage thing. I'm feeling like that's where I'm like going with this when I'm getting ready to say, what do you say? What you're supposed to? How do you? What is it? What you say? Because they said a lot, and they were saying it like we should be saying it today. That was about the question is what is coming to the show. What we're supposed to be saying is why the hell was all these people sitting down? Why was the Laker roster sitting down? Why? I'm not clear. I'm still not clear. It's nothing in the literature. There's no commentary. There's nothing in a follow-up. There's nothing on the whole get up, anything, all the day what? Nothing. What's wrong with anyone? Luka Doncic's only person we are clear that is excused from class. I don't understand why in the world is Austin Reeves taking any break. What would Austin Reeves' night off be coming for? LeBron James, if we're doing the 40, but still we can't have you doing that at the moment because of the Luka.
No.
And then if the capper wasn't Cappington enough, what in the F is Andre Ayton out for ever? You don't ever get to be off unless you're dismissed and somebody tells you to sit, because you should always be trying to play, to practice. DeAndre Ayton should always be willing to be on the court to work on this. Nobody had any question about that?
Yeah, I was a little puzzled by it. I mean, I know it's the All-Star break is coming up, and I think they have one more game afterwards. But even with that, I mean, you're playing the Spurs, you're playing Wemby, he's coming to town. At least have, if LeBron's not going to play, have, some of your other lesser stars.
No, Austin Reeves should have been playing. I don't know what that is. Josh, I don't know. LeBron is playing because you're right, because Wemby's here. And I keep noticing how LeBron keeps not playing Wemby. You all won't say that, will you? See, no one's going to ever comment that. I keep noticing if we check. I'm not saying they never know, but I'm close to never playing when it's Wemby Lakers. LeBron keeps not being in these games. I'm thinking that is what is a pattern here, but to that extent, last night, that has to be a part of what took place. And how can that happen here in the course of a season? That is just very questionable. And not to criticize Wemby's effort, we all know I'm a big fan. It's always a joy watching him abuse the people. That's never an issue for me, even if it involves the Lakers. But last night had a funkiness to it that should have been a part of consideration. Smelling just like peanut butter. And I wouldn't have bet it. I had already, my bets were in when I came in, and I was just not willing to put more money. I let it ride. Whatever's going to happen if it's tweaked out, because I thought they might pull a fast one right there, because nobody in their right in the hell. See, I had this down before all of that came down this was the lineup. All of this got revealed while we were in motion yesterday. But the bet was laid, and I felt like, listen, had the Lakers, if I could have just got Austin Reeves, I would have felt like this would have been a little bit more feasible, but I was stuck. I'm stuck in the situation. But then I couldn't even, let me shift back over. Hightower, I said I would get to you, man. Shout out to our man, Charles Edward Jr. But listen, man, we can't celebrate fully with you other than to salute you and bask in the assurance and the humility that we have again been, Josh, what we might call supportive and positive force of reinforce where the Hightower family is concerned. They're taking another trip, Josh, and we added to the stash. Just know because of the Pacers last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And there's some pride in that because it's not about you. Sometimes, Josh, you ever find yourself happier when, like, if you do something and like the other people benefit more?
Oh yeah.
That's where I find.
I mean, that's the point of being a good human being. Is like,
thanks.
If other people are happy what you do, then you've done your job.
He said it too. He said it, at least he has enough class. He said he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to say anything. But that's what inspires you, Josh, to continue.
Yeah, it's like I always said about charity work and stuff like that. You don't do it for the fame or glory. You just do it because it's the right
it's the right thing to do. If we're going to be here saying, Josh, we might as well say what can be used. Shout out, man. We hit the Pacers on that last night, everybody. Money line. Bing. I think I really hit my other ones too. I had a 4-team going off, you guys, like seriously, like my other situation. And the Lakers blew it up. Just so you guys know, the Lakers effed the whole situation. And it's not like I didn't think they would. Like I knew what I was doing when I did it. And I said, let's let it be that. Let's give them a chance to play me because the rest of the ticket obviously was the Pacers. Money line, Josh, I should let you see it so you can verify for the people. But then we had the Clippers. We said, well, I don't know if I said it on the air or not. Did I put out any picks last night? Because I felt like we had to rush out.
Let me look.
See if I did something. I felt like we had to rush out though, because sometimes I get it confused. But I said Clippers 8.5, and then I went Phoenix. But I know I didn't say this Phoenix. I'm sure I didn't mention that on the air. But we took Phoenix. Anyway.
Here we go. It says Indiana plus 460 money line.
Yes.
And Clippers plus 8.5.
Okay, lovely. I didn't know. I should. So we blessed the whole people. It was not just the Hightower. Yeah, it was not just the Hightower family. We blessed everyone.
Yeah, you also had Phoenix money line minus 330.
Are you seriously crazy right now? And I played it, Josh, and the Lakers blew it up. It's right there. Oh, my goodness. But like I said, we had it in before we came to the show. And this is why I tell you guys, sometimes I have to, we got to readjust. That was too many people out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 877-909-1007. Okay. It's a will to win Wednesday. And I got to get my will to win back. Also, too, we got the suspensions that have come down, too. We got that going on. We got Impress in here. Getting him in here today. Sandman later, hour number 2. So he'll breeze through today as well. Also, if you guys, anybody interested, you still have time to get down to the game. I think it might be an after 7 p.m. or around 7 p.m. tip-off. You'd have to, well, I don't know if you can make it at this juncture. I guess no, traffic wouldn't work. But, in Columbus tonight, little Jerry Easter II and the USC Trojans will be in town facing the Buckeyes tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So
you can hear that game on the ticket starting at 5:45.
Oh, well, yeah, I was really crazy even saying that. I thought it was a later start. I thought it was something about 7:30, something like that. But yeah, well, that's getting ready to jump off.
Yep, 6:30 tip.
Okay, well, there you have that. Sorry, TV is your plan. Or, like Josh said, here on the ticket. And let's see, we got everybody's in motion on tonight. Wolverines at Northwestern, UT is at Western Michigan. Who else? BG is at Northern. So a lot of maybe some road. These are not road dogs, though. All those guys are road favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I just said is a road favorite. But we got some work for you, though, tonight, too, man. And then last night, let's see, start over Rodgers last night. Stopped through, caught the last moments, actually a hell of a performance. So I had a word with Coach Raymond on that, too, Josh. And Clint Kubiak takes over, too, for the Raiders now former offensive coordinator of the World Champions.
Yep, it is now official, I believe.
Yeah, so you got that going on.
But yeah, man, that Wemby, that was about as fluky Luke as we can really ever witness. Seriously. You see, but you guys can't let this stuff continue like this, absorbing it as a public. It's a real slap in the face. You know what I mean? For all intents and purposes, because I'm not sure what we were supposed to be doing with that. It was just the way they kept celebrating it, like it just happened in the framework of everything. And it was almost like it was like a minor footnote that the Lakers have the roster and people that start they're not playing. That was strange. All right, let's break. Ring the bell. We come back, get impressed in here, get the show in motion. It's Black and White. It's a Wednesday. We are trying to have the will to win.
Black and White Sports with Andre of the Savages on 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
An accident with the right lane blocked 280 southbound just after Walbridge. Another accident in Central at Jeep. Other than that, we're all clear. If you're seeing anything, we're not. Let us know that you're Cumulus Toledo right now, traffic.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
You know what?
people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Black and White Sports.
A wise man once told me, if you want to see the true nature and the true character of a person, play stupid. That's right. Play stupid. Because a person will show you exactly how they feel about you when they think less of you, when they don't think much of you. They will show you their true intentions. They will show you exactly what they mean to do with you when they think you too stupid to know what they doing. The elders used to say, play stupid to catch a fool. Straight up.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
Well, all right, you freaks. Give it up. For Lady T.
I can't believe somebody had these headphones on before I got here. And I'm still trying to ascertain exactly who that was.
I did hear that Hollywood had a guest in the studio.
Obviously, this is why they're a guest. It was out of order. Because it has my situation out of order. I'm trying to send you an email, Josh, as we speak, if you would like to know.
All right.
And so that's kind of what's happening. So here, I don't like this because I don't like using the mail drop. I don't think that's an effective use of the transmission. But all right, people, what's happening? Wednesday. We try to flow through it. Hump day with it. All right, Black and White Sports. Oh, we have a horrible signal for some reason on the stream. Not sure why that is. If you guys are seeing that, I apologize for it. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's not on Facebook, guys. Maybe it's just on this horrible iPad that we're working with here. So,
well, we're just using the latest up-to-date equipment that was hip back in 1975.
Well, it would appear as such, no doubt. All right, but we are back in motion. If you guys just got here, that whole thing, you saw the Wemby go off last night against the Lakers. That was weird, and nobody seems to care about why, the Lakers weren't playing any people. I just thought that was strange. And I had to watch an entire morning of commentary that was celebrating this to the point that it was so spectacular. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably hearing the same excuses saying like their stars were injured or coming back from injury. I did read somewhere that LeBron had like arthritis in his left foot.
Man, Josh, stop it. Now you're just going crazy and saying things just for the hell of saying it. There's no, please show me that. Because I don't want to respond to that. If that's true, they would have gone crazy with that.
I would be.
You know what I'm saying? They would love to tell us that.
I'm looking that up right now.
If anytime they can, if they can say, there's a reason why LeBron wasn't great, they're going to use that.
Okay, this is from the Sports Rush and mentions
or why, but that still won't tell us after that. If you do come up with a reason for him, we don't understand the Austin Reeves who just returned or the DeAndre Ayton. We don't understand any of that. And I also have another question for anybody who is any Laker enthusiast, which I guess is only me. But does anybody know, Josh, are you looking for this before I ask it? Because you'll break back in with the info before I go down a different street.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Lakers injury stats from ESPN, looking at right now.
And I don't mean to go this far with it. I'm just saying we can't overstate that performance. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it says, according to ESPN injuries, LeBron James day-to-day, James' foot will not play Tuesday against the Spurs. That was yesterday. It says it lists his foot.
But that's all you have. They only talk about him, right? There's no
Well, there's
mention of this other
Marcus
group.
Smart, right
It doesn't
ankle
matter. Yeah,
soreness.
that never matters.
DeAndre Ayton, knee.
Okay. And nothing Austin Reeves, just
Austin
Andrew
Reeves,
just chilling.
left calf injury management.
Okay. Yeah, all of that is all of that's weird. That's all I'm saying. But shouts out to Wemby. That was dope. Okay. Anyway, let's get our man Impress on the set. That's all guests are brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call Line. New money in the building. Mr. Monty features our edge rusher. I don't know, Monty. We got to convert now. We got to turn you into the hoop Monty. At this point, we got to switch it now, man. It's all done. There's nowhere to go with that.
Yeah.
But look, I don't know, man. If you're coming in, I don't know how long you were, backstage green room thing or what have you here. But, I was just talking about the Wemby thing. Nobody said anything about all these people on the Laker roster just being out for this game. That just, nobody ever asked. This is what I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to do is, the only reason I'm pointing it out is because this is how this stuff operates. Just like that.
They played the Ponders last night, not the Lakers. The Ponders.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. You're right. The streamers. They played the damn streamers.
The Creekers.
Yeah, seriously. Hold on, Josh. You got control of the thing. You might have to do it, Josh. I'm done with this iPad. I'm not going to try to
operate
any further. I'm done messing with it because I have a bad signal. I don't know what's going on. I thought it was this camera, but apparently, you're right. I'm gonna have to just roll with it. Because my thing looks crazy. Mine looks fine. Your camera's cool. See, so there's something wrong with this device. But anyway, we roll on. This is exactly what would happen on a Wednesday. So anyway, we got the suspensions, Monty. Great that you would reappear. Because we kind of left out. We were talking about, we was left out talking about the boys yesterday. And so we have the results and the punishments have been administered here. And it looks like at the foreground of everything is our man, Piston center, Isaiah Stewart. And, of course, Jalen Duran have been suspended for their roles in the brawl. And let's see. Stewart suspension, 7, while Duran gets 2. And let's see. Hornets suspensions include Musa Diabate and Miles Bridges. They both get 4 games. And let's see, this marks the 5th time Stewart has been suspended during his 6-year career. So we talked about that because that's the only thing. But I'm not mad at the 7. I was concerned. We think that was just some foolishness that leaked. We got online when they were talking about a 25-game potential or what have you. But I'm not mad at the 7, especially because of the prior history. Because if that is zapping him and we knew he was going to get zapped, then okay. Because I just didn't want the Pistons situation to be affected like it would be if you just take him out of the equation.
Yeah, he's starting to move into that Meta World Peace bracket.
Yeah, he's going to
where they start piling on for extra for your past history.
Yeah, man. You got to start talking about what's going on at some point. Like, what's happening, young fella? What is the reason you are so excited about going into an altercation? You know what I mean? That's where we got to start. We got to maybe get to that point now. But see, that's as soon as you say that, the idea then comes, it's like, okay, we're trying to tame the bear.
Right.
And that's part of why we like him, because you can get the horns. And
I was about to say every team needs one though. I think every team needs one.
Yeah, I'm not for let's go try to get this kid to talk. I just there is a way to teach him because again, he'll just become mature. He just has to still get older. And I feel like he'll be cooler, but it's like they know. Your teammates know. There's a guy over here about that. He's about it.
He's with it.
He's all the way cool with all of this. If we got to do something. So I don't know how you really, you discourage that. I didn't hear Coach saying that. I noticed we didn't hear Coach really go into anything about we're going to try to docile him up and do it. I don't know unless you got it. Josh might pop it up somewhere, but I didn't hear Coach say anything like that,
No, he needs that edge, man.
Yeah, but that's all. And it just how the NBA is. It is what it is, though. We still have to err on the side of, what is bottom line consideration, and you just never want the citizens concerned about whether or not something like danger can pop off at a basketball game. To the extent that, again, anything can happen when something like that takes place.
I don't know why that makes me smile, man.
Yes, you should not be smiling. I don't want you to be thrilled with that. But again, this league, I don't know. So I really find it hard to really comment on, to be honest, because it's a part of me that has issue with the league, because I feel like the NBA is also doing a thing similar to the NFL where, I don't know. We're trying to take a part of this stuff away that in essence sort of makes it what it's supposed to be. And so I'm not sure how we get at that. You know what I mean? When and a lot of stuff gets crossed up on those streets, so I don't know. But Isaiah Stewart, that's one of those things. And how you feel about it, I guess what your position is. But nonetheless, there's the penalty. It'll be paid. I don't think it'll cause, too much turbulence on the Pistons flight to, wherever they could be headed, or it appears they may be headed. So, we're not mad at that. But everybody else, whatever, man. These guys fighting because they're not even scrapping. That was not a scrap, though. You should almost feel like they should get penalty points for that,
right?
Because nobody hit anybody. You get if you're gonna fight, we're gonna suspend you about 10, right? And you're getting 5 more if you didn't hit anybody. If you didn't land anything and you were just swinging and doing, you get
they would have enough players to fill the game tonight.
Oh man. We got Josh. What are we doing?
We had a call, but the moment I played the music, he hung up.
Okay, well, that's all right. I always like hearing that. Got me off guard, Josh. I'm used to hearing that Drake bust in there like that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you would say though to that. Anyway, Clint Kubiak, new head coach. What do you think about that? Seattle OC to Vegas, and what looks like, we make the Mendoza. It's the new, Raiders setting up.
I hope he get more of a chance than a previous coach, because I think he has a good formula that'll do Vegas some good.
I think the respect is there too. I think when you come off winning, I just worry though that you got a bunch of people that, and this is what this feels like to me now, and not that I would begrudge the Raiders for making moves that they perceive are toward winners, okay? Because that's what you got in Kubiak now that he's the OC of the champ, and this kid is the national champ. He's the Heisman Trophy guy, and that's for all intents and purposes. That's if the Raiders follow through on what we assume could take place in selecting Mendoza first overall. Okay, so you'll have that. You got the OC. Hold on, who just took over as the coach? I mean, so you have a culture situation that still in-house contains the majority part of the roster. And so this kid, when you then what will be the conversation on how much how much air do we give him for development versus criticism? What if he's not ready to play? What exactly does the quarterback room look like? And if these guys aren't successful, do we start to question the reasons that we put them together? And the reason that they were successful is because of situational, foundations. Mendoza certainly with Cignetti's situation, inserting him, that was already being built. And then obviously what the Seahawks have been able to do, that's a collective, and you got to give, a head coach his credit there. But nonetheless, how much should the expectation be? I just get concerned with a situation like this because people will expect the Raiders to change significantly. And I'm not sure they will.
And that's what I'm saying. I hope they give him more rope than they gave Carroll, because you still you actually still dealing with some pre-Carroll stuff in Vegas, right?
Exactly.
And then you coming in with a brand new coach, a brand new, hopefully, well, I shouldn't say hopefully, but a brand new quarterback. So you got to implement a system and give these boys enough time to be able to learn the system and adapt to the changes that's going on. If you're going to keep these coaches on a short leash, then you're going to have forever turnover, and that's never good for a ball club.
That's the only thing I don't understand. It's like why we keep doing that and, you know, and really holding these guys to the fire. Like you expect it to turn around because you get some sort of midnight train to Georgia deal that happens once in a universe, like this guy, you know, coming out of this university. Or again, some of these teams like this Patriot deal, all of that stuff, that's not common. You know what I mean? These 4 and 13s, and we turn around and we're in Super Bowls. But that's what people want to do. And that's what's unfortunate now. The whole thing is, if you're not winning, it's almost like the people don't care and it's unacceptable. You know what I mean? But all the cultures of all the teams that they celebrate to this day in the historical context, mostly all of those situations were, I think, kind of built and evolved. If we, because they all have a story. If we go and look and we tell everybody's story, which they constantly do with NFL films, you know what I mean? That's what you keep seeing. But now they want that to be completely not a part of the program.
I tell people you can make a cake in a microwave, but it tastes a lot better in the oven. You know what I mean? You got to let it stew.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let the yeast rise a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we don't, but again, so that this is where we're at. But nonetheless, you know what I mean? So good luck, Raiders, with all of that. But you got your head coach in place now, 7-0-2, and it looks like your quarterback could be on the way. All right, but we'll be back. We'll get on our way in a minute. There's a few more things to do. High school basketball last night, man. Rogers, interesting start. Revenge, so to speak, and the title tomorrow. I was on the scene last night, Josh. I got out there amongst the citizenry.
Indeed, you did.
Indeed. All right, we'll be back. Black and white.
Stay close. Andre of the Savages is just warming up. 100.7 The Ticket. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
An accident with the right lane blocked 280 southbound just after Walbridge. Another accident in Central at Jeep. Other than that, we're all clear. If you're seeing anything we're not, let us know that your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free, so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
The need for aerospace technicians is on the rise. If you're looking for an exciting technical career that can offer exceptional wages and job security at a fraction of the cost of a 4-year college program, then consider the Federal Aerospace Institute, an FAA-certified aircraft maintenance technician school located at the Eugene F. Krantz Toledo Express Airport. FAI will prepare you for a new and rewarding career path in the aerospace industry. In just 12 short months, you can earn your FAA certification as a licensed aircraft maintenance technician that can open the door to thousands of employment opportunities nationwide, and many companies offering immediate employment, sign-on bonuses, travel opportunities, advancements, and more. Ask us about our newly formed partnership with Owens Community College and Purdue University Global. Day and evening classes are forming now, and class sizes are limited. Finance options are available for students and qualified military veterans. Visit us at federalAerospaceInstitute.com or give us a call to schedule your no-obligation tour. FAI, where futures take off.
Toledo, it's time to train like a D1 athlete. D1 training is now open, bringing elite coaching and science-backed workouts to every fitness level.
sorry, Dad.
Accidents can steal life's biggest moments. At KNR, we help you move forward and hold on to what matters most. When you're hurt in a car, you call KNR.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even high earners, over 60%, have under $1,000 saved. But a new money move is making way. Welcome to the 24K Life, created by financial performance coach Derek Gant. The 24K Life is where high achievers master their money, sharpen their mindsets, building unshakable confidence and wealth. If you're done with the survival mind and are ready to thrive, visit 24klife.org. The 24K Life. Be your best. Get the best. Leave nothing to chance.
Black and white sports.
I used to be the number one atheist, right? I used to believe.
Well, what changed that?
What changed it is, number one, observing all the evil in the world. There cannot be a force without an equal and opposite force. That's Newton's third law. If you see Satan, if Satan appears in front of you, you're going to believe in God, right?
Yeah.
And that's what happened for me. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I think when you have negative experiences, and I'm talking about truly negative experiences, I've had a few where you come close to losing your life, or you meet other people who come close to losing their lives. Nobody's an atheist at the end, my friend. He will not be an atheist if he gets stabbed and he's about to die. And he'll be praying to God like you've never seen. Yeah. Atheists stop being atheists quickly when the game gets real.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
I think I got my doggone camera straightened out here. You know, I like to persevere. There it is, Josh. We got it. Bing. Persevere, man. You can't stop. You know, you can't stop, Josh. Things will come at you in life. That's the whole game. That's what it is.
I keep on keeping on.
Absolutely. And we do. It's called Black and White Sports. Everyone, thank you for being with us. On really this and each day, Monday through Friday, we are here 4 to 6 p.m. And it's important that you know that. Tell someone so that we can get, past the 12 listener, viewer mark. But we thank the 12 that we do have. We appreciate you because we got, extreme loyalty around here, everyone. Let it be known, all right? Josh Burnham here alongside. My name is Andre of The Savages. Monty Features is here. We got callers. Josh, we had callers going off too during the break. What did you want to do with that?
Yeah, we got a nice young man who wants to shower his praise about this fine show.
What? Stop it, Josh. That gets scary. They might cuss us out. You gotta be a setup, Josh. You gotta be leery of that. You never know. You never know. Oh, and by the way, too, Josh, you do have control over the thing. I'm telling you, I'm not messing with the iPad. I'm ahead of the game, so I'm not going to go too far. All guests and calls brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call line. Josh, who we got on this line? What's happening? We certainly appreciate the call to Black and White Sports.
Hey, caller, you're on.
Hello? Oh, got me? You got me. I was hoping you was going to jump in and give me an introduction. Dre, man, how you doing, dude? I appreciate, having this local slant and you coming on and, showing the love and the appreciation for the City League. I come from DeVilbiss back in 1986.
Okay.
When a big, Dre, when that was a show. When Matt Cumber or DeVilbiss or Scott, especially Scott under Coach Williams.
Yes, sir.
And those were big time things, man. And I appreciate you highlighting that and actually going back and saying, man, I appreciate the way the City League grew because we had some good talent in here, dude. Dre, am I right? Do we have good talent?
Absolutely. It was feared talent when there was an air about us, and that's the thing when you played really any other sports, but I would say specifically basketball, it didn't matter what team you were on. If you was on a freshman team, a JV, it didn't matter. If you were a hooper in this city, that meant something, and there was something about you that again said or spoke to the competitive energy, because the big dogs, again, everybody aspired to be that too. And cats didn't mind paying their dues. There was none of this jumping in. And if you didn't get on a varsity right away, because you really couldn't do that. A lot of people don't know this. I saw a post and a guy put something up and they were talking about the state championship team. of the Mac men, and people don't understand Jim's story. They think Jim Jackson showed up and started as a freshman, and he didn't. He played JV as a freshman. People don't know, so check the history, and not to over accentuate that, but I'm just trying to stress the idea that kids didn't come in, they weren't on varsity for 4 years. If you were, that was a hell of an accomplishment, and it spoke to the talent, etc. And we watched that kid develop, and we watched their journey go, and those kids go to college, and we had guys and girls going Division I's, and all of this stuff was regularity. We got pros and all of this stuff, and now we somehow let the politics of this community tear this thing down.
Well, you know what it is though, Dre. Here's what I'm feeling though is that we forget our heritage. I was teaching at a school in the inner city, okay, and I asked them if they knew who Jim Jackson was, and all these kids in my 7th and 8th grade at-risk kids could not tell me who Jim Jackson was, and I set that back on the back burner, and I thought to myself, okay, how many people that remember Jim remember Hobson? It's just there. We have a legacy in Toledo that I think we've forgotten, and I wanted to shout out to you because I know that you're starting to raise that level of relevance and our experience with the talent that we have with the girls at Rogers, with the girls at Start. Man, I appreciate you, man. I wish you the best, dude, because I know that you're out there hustling. I know that, I mean, we the same age, we the same, Toledo Public Schools, kind of like little, athletic people, man. But
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you, man, and keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't stop.
Hey, you didn't say your name too, brother. We didn't catch your name, man. I certainly appreciate you. Definitely with the call.
It's Casper from DeVilbiss High School, class of '87.
Man, that's what's up, man. Big dog, I appreciate you, man. Feel free, call up here anytime, man. And thank you for that too, man. And let's keep that conversation going. We got a few of the old dogs, man, and we've been talking and caucusing. There's something hopefully we might be able to put together, man. If I can get these guys, man, to sit to the table, man, with one another. You know how that goes. That's another episode for another time. And we certainly love it, man. We appreciate it, man. You heard the citizenry right there. Casper just let you know, man. Anytime, brother. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Yes, sir. And so you see that, Monty, and you know what he's talking about too, because we go a lot, man, just for no reason. Sometimes we get caught up talking about that, and you try not to overdo it, because I don't like to oversell high school accomplishments once guys get into their older, sections of their experience in life or what have you. But still, around here, it's a different tenor to that, though. There's something about that, and you just found that out again randomly, man. Shout out to Casper again. And we know there's a lot of, it's a lot of old heads around here like that and of that fiber, man. Because it's a thing, like I said, it bothers me that we've gotten to where we are, and there's no, again, I don't fault the situations, man, that Brother Durant is dealing with now in terms of just trying to man the TPS deal and all of that, but just as a community, as politicians and what have you, and circumstances that come about, it just saddens me that we've endured all of the changes that we have and all of those transitions that I don't necessarily see them. I don't see how they were ever positive, because they had to sell them as a better move back when we were making those moves. Like the brother said, he was from DeVille, but so when we hit that move, it hit us. You see what I'm saying? They hit Libby, and then when they went for Scott, you knew it was real.
Right.
Now you're trying to really gut the fiber of something else that you see on these picnics that's going off annually with these Bulldogs and the Bulldog Nation, which
they wasn't having it.
Yeah, man. It's another, but that's the beauty of that. But what's crazy and what's so wild about that is that if people check their history again, because my grandmother went to Scott, and when she went, she was in the minority. She was out here looking like them, Ella James, their damn self anyway. They looking like Lena Horne, right? So she was the minority then.
Right.
Get that, you know what I'm saying? So to see what that is and how that thing has transitioned, man, and the way we know it, but in terms of Toledo legacies and the fabric of this community, is nowhere in hell you can see. You should not even have a meeting that talks about we gonna close Scott High School.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild to me. Like, I wish I could have been on hand to see how it would have been avoidable to stop an argument. If I'm in there, I'm like, what is this meeting about? You mean like at some point you're gonna try to shut the no, y'all got really?
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't think that many people's families, generations had passed away. To pull that, you had to wait for about another 30 years. You might get that off in about 25 more years, maybe, the way the climate of the society is going. But no, man, he just spoke to something heavy. I think I mentioned it, man, yesterday, and I talked about a 13-team city league that this community really knows nothing about. And now I'm starting to get another calling of something that we embarked upon. He's got my wheels spinning, but Monty, you know what I mean? It's unfortunate because I can't call the powers that be that I could see right now that I think it's not just me. I think when I came through it first, I was the only one with the camera at all shooting anything. It was everybody didn't have a phone running around and everybody was a director. Now everybody, the editor and the director.
Right.
I know because I know damn well I was the only one. But back then, you know what I mean? It's too big of a load because I know I've done it. But now there's some generals out here and some talented cats that's super cold at what they do. And I keep seeing a thing where if I could get them and everybody, we could sit administratively and just get your role. Get your role. Let me get my role. You get your role. Let's get our role. But let's do this for us, for the community, because so we can leave it.
Right.
And all the men can shine on that. And I'm saying that save this clip, Monty. Put this and mark this, Josh. And Monty need the clip. Tell him what the time code is, because there's certain people I want to hear this. You know what I'm saying? It's a classier way for me to communicate with guys because I'm not here to put nobody. I don't want to dim anybody's light, but I don't have time. We don't have time to play around. Casper just told you when I say that call. Matter of fact, put the call on there. Let him hear the call. Actually, them. There's a them. There's other people that go with the him. There's a them that goes with the him. So let all of them hear this. You see what I'm saying? And so, again, if somehow we could pull that thing together and do what's necessary and let everybody be that guy, man. But we need it. The kids need it. He just said it. That was my point. If Deion Thompson could hear it, I'll say him because he wouldn't mind me saying that because we have met, we talked, we done went back and forth, we did all of that. And we know what we need to do. And there's the reason right there. The man just said it, man. 877-909-1007 is the kids need that. They don't know about their history and all these talented athletes, all these ball players, basketball, football. I don't care. The baseball. I mean, we got baseball tradition here. We had baseball teams that was crazy. Guys that the major league energy and you know what I'm saying? All of this going on from around here. We know some. We went to school with some. So at the end of the day, the legacy that's there, if the kids could know this and realize what they come from, that would change the whole fabric around. That'll recalibrate the whole situation. And they start going, not that they wasn't going hard, but we had more of a pool of the kids that was average and below average was better than a lot of these people right now. That's how I would quantify that. We don't want to talk about the supernaturals. We're not even going to do that.
And that's because they had something to aspire to be. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know your history. You know, it makes you chase greatness.
And you know you come from it because you're like, man, this is my uncles, these are my cousins, these are your people, we right here because we all still right here in Toledo, and you got all of this. We see it now again, the boxing, the basketball, the whole thing, all of it, man. You know what I mean? The ladies, the girls, the volleyball, since they doing now, they starting to give them the respect, you know what I mean, around the nation and giving them the coverage. All this stuff is happening. So we got all of that going on right here, Glass City. It's crazy. I only get upset when we start running around here acting like we want a second kowtow to places and just be on their thing and get their approval. Nah, go whoop their ass is what we out here trying to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
all
sir.
right, hour number 2. We get back in here. It'll be about 5:05. We're going to have a Buckeye update in between. Okay, we got a few more things. Like I said, there's some things to do. It's a Wednesday. It's always temperamental. But again, we got some work that we'll get on tonight. College basketball I got for you. So we'll get to all of that.
See y'all tomorrow, sir.
There's a few more mentions here and there. And I think we'll still hear from Coach Raymond. I can get to my high school thing. Josh has been working feverishly behind the scenes. Sit tight. 5:05. We'll see you. It's Black and White.
78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, but you don't have to. The 24K Life created by financial performance coach Derek Gant, giving you high achievers the system to master money, mindset, and success. Are you ready to rise? Visit 24klife.org. Live 24K.
Denny Schaefer.
This is Denny Schaefer inviting you to join me along with producer Chris Hollywood. Don't miss Denny Radio Sports and More weekdays from 2 to 4 right before Black and White Sports. Denny Radio Sports and More is just that. We talk sports, we talk pop culture, politics, the drama that is my life, and plenty of guests too. Call in. It won't cost you nothing. 877-909-1007.
He's an idiot.
Weekdays 2 to 4 on 100.7 The Ticket. His Store and More, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus media station. Ohio State football. Impact Report.
With defensive tackles Caden McDonald and Tywan Malone declaring for the NFL draft, head coach Ryan Day added redshirt junior John Walker from Central Florida and senior James Smith from Alabama.
We recruited during the high school process, so we were aware of who they were. Both are seniors. Both are guys who have experience there, so that's great. So we're excited about them.
Former Alabama defensive end Quay Rousseau will join Smith from Tuscaloosa to Columbus, providing versatility up front.
He can line up off the ball. He could line up on the ball. He could line up down. He could line up off the edge, and brings a lot of pass rush ability. So that was good. Again, James and Quay are coming from Alabama. That was a big deal. That really helped us in terms of building some depth in there and getting a little bit more getting older.
This report brought to you by Safe Light Auto Glass. This is Tyler Danberg on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safe Light Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelight.com. Safe Light Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Want wagers that win? Weekdays will walk you to the window. Tune into Best Bets on Black and White Sports, 4 to 6 p.m. on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Train like a D1 athlete. D1 training is officially open and ready to kickstart your strongest year yet. Students, weekend warriors, and anyone ready for a real transformation, this is your moment. D1 delivers science-backed workouts, elite coaching, and a community that pushes you harder than any gym you've ever been in. Start the new year with purpose. Start it with power. Start it with D1 training. 4400 Heatherdown, 419-574-6101 or D1training.com/Toledo. D1 training. Define the way you train in 2026.
Tired of that old ride holding you back, Dundee?
It's time to swipe left on your old car and move on to something better.
It's Matthew.
And Brenda here from Williams Brothers Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. And we're here to help you ghost that outdated, unreliable, unfun car.
Because you deserve a nicer, newer ride that actually fits your life.
So right now, you could get up to
$3,000 more than Kelly Blue Book value.
Based on the price of the nicer, newer car you pick.
If your old car is giving you red flags, don't wait for things to change. At Williams Brothers, we make moving on easy during our President's Day sales event.
Whether it's credit, financing, payments, or affordability, we'll help you find your perfect match. And this month, trade in and get up to
$3,000 more than Kelly Blue Book value.
That's how you make a clean break. So don't keep waiting, scrolling through excuses.
Swipe left on your old car and say yes to a nicer, newer ride today. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Rhonda.
And we're your dealers for the people.
Visit us in Dundee or Monroe.
See all our can't miss matches at wbdundeedeals.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. Kelly Blue Book is not affiliated with Williams Brothers. Offer absolutely ends February 28, 2026.
Black and White Sports on ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
All this bullshit they put me through had a one singular objective, and the objective was to make me say sorry. I was the symbol of resistance, and all they wanted me to do was say sorry. They wanted me to go up after being marked, after having my life wrecked, and cry or say, I'm sorry for what I've said in the past. I'm sorry for what I've done in the past. What I did wasn't right. I know that's all they wanted. Because once they get that, he's not top G anymore. Look, he was top G. We hit him with the system. Look, he's sorry. Look. See, that's your hero. Don't fight against the Matrix. You're going to end up like that guy. And they can't stand. I've never said sorry. I ain't sorry to anybody because I ain't lied. Everything I said is the truth. I ain't sorry. I'm not sorry for living my life as a full-grown man. I'm not sorry for the mistakes I made. We're all human, and we've all made mistakes. There's nobody watching this who's lived more pure than me. We've all made mistakes. We all made the decisions we thought were right at the time. Perhaps with hindsight, which is always 20/20, perhaps with the brilliance of retrospect, we can look back and realize we should have done things different. But that's not how life works. I did my best. So what the am I sorry for? I did my best I knew how to do. I'm a better man now, and I know how to do better. So I am. I ain't fucking sorry. But that's what they want from me. They want a sorry, or they want me to fucking break. And I promise you, I promise every fucking viewer, I promise God, I promise my fucking children, I won't. It doesn't matter what the fuck they do. Because the second I say sorry, all of this work was for nothing. And I've gone too far to start giving up now. So I'm not sorry for anything. Because me saying sorry, me breaking, would break the hearts of all the young men who believe in me. And that's what they want. Because those young men who believe in me, all the young men who believe in me are the future problem. That's the problem. In 10 years, all those fucking losers are gone. My fans are the governors. My fans are the fucking president. That's their problem. Because they're all growing up now. They're all 16, 17, 18 years old. That's what they're scared of.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
That is incredible that has played for many weeks here and finally takes true precedent in reality. It's hitting me. But welcome back in here, hour number 2. However you may be listening, whatever you may be into, we appreciate you making us a part of your situation. It's called Black and White Sports. I am called Andre of the Savages. Josh Burnham is here. Thank you, Monty Features. Had to slide to the side. All right, we appreciate him. Talk to him tomorrow. Andy Sanzada coming up later here in the hour. But again, Josh, that was really trippy because exactly what he said is like exactly what it is. I didn't mean to put up the NFL now. Sorry about that.
I know you missed the NFL like we all do.
No doubt. But no, because of last night, I talked about going to the game, and you said we're ready with it now. We got the backup situation. So thank you for being a steward of the production adjustment flow. You did it, Josh. So we will hear from Coach Raymond. I wanted to get on the high school basketball thing, but thank you again to my caller, first hour too, man. Shout out Casper. I appreciate you, brother, because again, we were trying to get this thing together, but he still kind of gave us an avenue to talk high school basketball in a certain sense. And he just brought back to the conversation something that was very important. I brought up, the 13-team city league, and I started talking about legacy and this and that. And I just know that there's a project, people, that you all should know that has been discussed for many years. I'm going to be honest. It's been a good solid 5-6 years we've been talking, debating, and going over reasons why it can't come together. We've even had guys take off on their own and try to do makeshift versions of something that could be a semblance of what we need in total. And I'm just saying that there's a vision that I have, and I talked to that man, you know what I mean? He called us. There's been other people in the citizenry that feel the same with respect to we come from a legacy of greatness athletically. And I'm not saying that's the most important thing in the world, but since people make it important and we like the sports and we love all that, just know, you know what I mean? This community is rich in that. And it's funny too. It's almost warrants guys being, you know, beyond their midlife crises and still championing their days of yesteryear glory. Because we had some bad boys around here and incredible ladies too that have done the thing. Whatever the thing is, they did it.
Dead boy bad.
Really though, Toledo has had a few, right? So please be advised. But yeah, we got some we need to make. And I'm just hoping, like I said, there are just some other creatives, and there's no sense in us all working on different sides of the street and not getting what could be complete and getting parts of what can be complete. So I just wanted to shoot that little shot out at everybody. All right, hour number 2, we begin it, but it was funny how applicable that clip was, because I think about the young generals of years ago, and when I was coming through with that whole BCSN stint the first time too, when we're saying 04, 05, that's what they would have been nervous about. So you got to cut the throat, you got to chop the knees, you got to do all that, because I'm seeing these young coaches now. So Josh, when I pop in and I see a start Rogers last night, and I see a coach Rod Martin, of course, again, we know Coach Martin from around here. When he wasn't on duty, he was rocking with us and giving us the game, educating us with the high school sphere, you know what I mean? And but I go way back with him. When I was a young lad coming through, Josh, at camps and things. So I know Coach Rod is true to it. He's been doing it lifelong with it. So I see that, but it wasn't him. It's BJ Raymond. When I roll up on him, Josh, and I go back in the locker room and I'm talking to coach, interviewing coach, because we're post game, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a proud moment in seeing that. And as we know, BJ Raymond, as you know, if you know anything about it, he was a bad boy when he was doing it. So, you know, those kids are being blessed with his influence, and it's a powerful thing to see that. But it just makes the reference to what the man was talking about in the clip, because the 10 years later that he's saying, these are now the leaders, and these were young cats that were affected and I know influenced, you know, by yours truly and things. So that's what you're proud of when you have a contribution in that way. And people don't, that's the things people don't talk about, you know, for whatever else they might say about you. You know, they don't say those types of things, and it's rewarding to see. And that was what I felt really one of the main takeaways from, because I don't get out to a lot of the games, Josh, like certainly like I used to.
True.
Right. And that's just professionally speaking, a lot of that is why that is, but it's not for lack of interest and concern and all this other stuff. So last night, you know what I mean? And it's funny that he mentioned a couple guys, because I bumped into Coach Fred Kugler. Shouts out to him, man, and all those guys over there. Coach Dorn, he talked about the Vilbert. So then I'm going to go ahead and say, Coach, I'm going to say Daryl Dorn, or you say that. So you know what that is, right? And then also, too, Hop as well, man. So, you know, Hop is the AD at Bowser and all of this. So last night it was funny that seeing those men, you know what I mean? And you know, in the passing handshake and the hug that you're going to get there. But just that whole thing, because it's a fraternity, man. It's a love situation. And last night we talked about the City League Final Four. So now you got Stark victorious last night over Rogers. So the revenge, Josh, took place, if you will. 67-52 the final, and Lima Senior now on deck. Start feeling confident. Coach Raymond felt good about it. So Josh, where we at though? We ready? I mean, what you got for me? You got something? So I just talked to him about last night and what he thought the difference was in, you know, the last situation, which obviously, you know, it wasn't great, but last night when they had to have it, they did. And I asked him what the difference was.
We preach just staying together, having one mindset. We are family and having one goal, and that's playing to win. And I feel like last week, the last game, that was our third game in a week. We had one day to prepare. We don't make excuses, but we understand.
And we understand that we could have a freeze up with the tech. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, coach, are bad on the scene. Josh, I don't know. What do you think it is? You think? Well, we try to roll it. All
Let me
right.
try it. Let me try again.
That's all right. It's all good. I felt like we got the idea.
Oh yeah.
we were getting the idea. That was Coach BJ Raymond there, post game last night. But again, he really goes on. He just talked about some things they did defensively, and and some adjustments essentially that he was just able to make, and they were successful. And in terms of just being able to execute, like I said, defensively, man, they threw some things at Rodgers that they did not handle very well at the end of the night. If I can sort of synopsize sort of where he was about to go. But Lima Senior, a different order. This next to tomorrow night, City League title. I'm gonna have to see this, Josh, now, because I like I said, I like what's going on. I like what Coach Raymond is doing. Those guys have come a long way, and they certainly have a guy. Again, the appropriate passion, the appropriate commitment. You know what I mean? Like I said, I couldn't be happier to see him in that situation. And, and Josh, he extended that. You know what I mean? So especially when you receive that from, and I haven't seen him since, man, he was playing at Xavier, if I'm being completely honest. So shouts out, man, to Coach Raymond and the Star Spartans. Shouts out to Coach Martin and the Rams, because they'll be back to us getting tournament time. So really, all Coach Rod is going to do is use that to fuel his guys. That all he's going to do is have them boys ready, you know what I mean, to get into the postseason work. So, everybody will be well served for last night. So you had that, man. City was out. Everybody well behaved, 2 people in and out. I appreciate that as well. So I want to salute that for the law enforcement. Let me add that for law enforcement. Thank you, everyone, for your cooperation and your behavior, to and fro last night. All right, let me continue it, man. All right, as all guests are brought to you by the Bellamere Suites Wake Up Call Line. Here's our man and the inhabitor of the 216 Boots on the Ground. He is none other than the one and only Mr. Andy Sanzata. Phone lines today, Sam, man, what's going on? Good afternoon to you. It's a Wednesday. I'm just chilling, man. I'm chilling hard today. That's all I'm doing. You can almost tell it. I have a laissez-faire-ness to it today,
Yeah, a little bit of a slow sports day outside of the Olympics, right? So,
yeah, absolutely, for the most part.
Totally understand that. I mean, the Cavs have their final game before the All-Star break tonight, and it's James Harden's debut at home, and because of that, they're passing out beards on popsicle sticks to all the fans.
Oh wow! See, Andy, this is the type of stuff right here. This is where I get concerned. I don't love that. We don't need that. We like it. We understand the embracing of James. We get that.
Yeah.
But see, when you start
to doing his first game back is a little I might be betting the Wizards tonight to cover.
There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. And now that you said that, now it's see. This is what I get. I did it again because yesterday I did this stuff before I came here, and it ended up biting me. And I should not have done it today, but I did. And let me look at what I'm doing, because I had your boys covering tonight too. I had the Cavs snapping on these boys because they're just. I feel like the Cavs need to demonstrate too that they are also prepared to handle business on a team that's subpar and inferior. There should be no haggling and daggling with these guys. But now that you said this, we got to change this. We got to go back. We got to recalibrate this, people, for sure. Listen, I was about to tell you guys, take the Cavs. Let's lay this 17. Nah, we're not doing that. Too much talent in Washington. They'll go ahead and play. Now, the Cavs will win. But they'll win by like 11, 9, something half of this.
Two things to keep in mind besides the little Harden giveaway. This is their first home game, in about a week and a half. So they're going to be motivated to play well in front of the home fans because it's been a while. But also because of that, they're coming off of a long road trip, so they could have, it could take a couple quarters to get their legs underneath them back at home.
Yeah, because they played. Didn't they play last night, or was it the night before last?
Night before.
Night before last.
Monday in Denver.
Okay,
They played Monday in Denver, and
Okay,
then
they
they
had to
flew
travel.
home.
Okay, they had to travel. Yeah, they had
Yep.
to fly back. All right. So yeah, now that you say that though, see, that's what I was thinking. And that's where I'm at. I feel like that's what we're gonna get, and you're gonna get a relatively spirited effort on some levels. I mean, I get leery of corny promotions like that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's sitting there, they're silly with the beer. But again, Harden might be good. It's endearing. You want to welcome him because I do think you're going to have a pretty fruitful relationship here, at least for the foreseeable future, because I think we talked about this and we've been over it a couple of times. He obviously realizes the opportunity that's in front of him, and I don't think he's going to squander it, in any way. I don't think we should look for Harden to any way, thwart the progress of what Cleveland can be, beside an injury of some sort, and what that is, what it is.
Yeah, well, that's always a factor, right? I mean, Mitchell's been hurt in the playoffs. Mobley's been hurt in the playoffs. Strus hasn't even played this year. So, that's the caveat to all this is, can they stay healthy, right? I mean, that's always something to keep in mind. But I think, to your point, Stav, I think that because of Donovan Mitchell, Harden's not going to mess around like he would in teams past, because Mitchell's not going to allow it. Mitchell would call him out on it. Mitchell would put him in his place. And I think there's a mutual respect for each other's games there,
right,
to where that's not going to happen.
No, absolutely. No, I totally agree. That's the thing. And I don't think we will have any, any hint of any improprietousness, from either guy, because I feel as though, and this is my early observation, everything that has taken place, and I've been watching the Cavs anyway, but I've definitely been watching this merger to see what kind of true potential, because I feel like the Cavalier and Universe gods heard me clamoring for what was necessary, realizing that Donovan Mitchell wasn't going to necessarily be that, because he doesn't embody that in his true character. So now we've served all parts of this, and that's been my thought on this. And I keep feeling like this is a bullseye, and even in a lesser version, a Harden in a different location. No, I'm not celebrating this because I've never been a James Harden fan, ever. But I like this because I know what he can do when he's doing it. When Harden feels like hooping and there's nothing in it for him other than just the greater good of the flow of the game, of the contribution to that. Nothing else. Not me getting my looks, none of that. You got a problem, man. He's a bad boy, and this is going to be ugly. Because what do you see, Andy, what he's already going to do, watch, because I'm going to watch you start talking about it. Watch, Andy's going to start noticing it, Josh. He's going to be coming in. He's going to be amped up because he's like, oh, my God, Sav. And then now Harden has got guys where Mobley is playing well above himself. We haven't even seen this. Mobley could be a consecutive all-star based on Harden being, if he's going to have this kind of thing, because these guys will be involved. And what's going to happen, Andy, the effort is going to ratchet up, because this is what naturally happens as a ball player. When you got a point guard that's everybody's in it and you got a shot to stay in the game, that was Magic's appeal. Magic kept you had to keep your head on a swivel because you could get the ball.
Just look at the productivity of Jared Allen in the last 3 games. I mean,
I know.
He is, and that's why they wouldn't trade him. They had a couple of trades on the table for him, but the Cavs said no because when they knew they were going to get Harden, they knew what he could be. And, Jared Allen just has to beat this Jared Allen in the playoffs. That's got to be the difference.
Well, sure. Well, all of them.
All year long, and then he falls off and gets soft in the playoffs. He's got to play this aggressive in the postseason.
Well, this is what I'm telling you.
The Cavs can do some damage.
This is what I'm telling you, though. That's when you'll be saying there's a transition that went. I don't get, what is this? It's the same guy. No, because that's what happens. Again, now first, let me go back, because the first thing you said, my original thought was they were almost forced to get into a mode of having to think about blowing this up because guys weren't going to play and the effort was not going to be sustainable if you get it at all from the Cavs under current construction before the Harden deal. The Harden deal, honestly, and this is rare, people, this is rare that we can say one move might completely change the entire projection on the Cleveland Cavs. For all of this we've been saying, it's possible.
In 2016, if you remember, in 2016, they got J.R. Smith and Amon Shumpert at the deadline, and it put them into the finals and it won them a title. So that's what was missing, was perimeter shooting to play off of LeBron. So the Cavs know what they're doing in terms of knowing what they need to be successful. I just appreciate the fact that they acknowledged that they were willing to give up some of the future for right now and go for it now, and not wait. And
That's real.
Keep the core young group together. So that they deserve a lot of credit for that, because that's not an easy decision to make if you're Kobe Altman and even Dan Gilbert. That's a tough situation, because you saw what happened on the rebuild after LeBron left the second time. And you don't want to put your franchise or your fans in that position if you can avoid it. So I think they did a great job of balancing going for it now, but still having enough pieces to be able to build for
for tomorrow
success as well.
No. Salute to the Cavs so far. Again, so good. But tonight, I do want to see. This is a game that could be chalked up and somehow misread. And I would like to see if the Cavs approach this properly and this 17 is legit. This should be often early ended. So
I think they will. I just don't know if they'll cover, but I'm pretty sure they're going to win by double digits. I just don't. 17's a lot, especially with Trae Young. If he's playing in Washington now, he can hurt you a couple different ways. But I just think that knowing this is the last game before the break, their first home game in a week and a half, and Harden's debut, that place is going to be louder than it's ever been, and it's already the loudest arena in the NBA. So I think they're going to feed off of that energy, and it's going to be a fun night downtown.
all right, and we're going to come back and continue our fun night on a Will to Win Wednesday. When I come back, man, I got an eligibility situation that I have never heard of before, and somebody might have to help me with clarity on this. Montana, NCAA, what in the literal hell is going on? Sit tight.
When sports need a voice that doesn't play games, it's Andre of the Savages on Black and White Sports, 100.7 The Ticket.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the Big Kroger, Mama Mary's Pizza.
Whether you're an active person that wants extra supplemental movement, maybe you want to keep your legs active while you work, or you wish to support your therapy at home, or you just want to build strength, increase your mobility, flexibility, and boost your circulation, Ellipse was made for you. Power-assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse.
Here's a great way to save money on your prescription medications. If you take Viagra or Cialis, we can give you a way to pay as little as $2 a pill. Compare that to prices as high as $60 per tablet. Call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. We offer 24/7 service and always free delivery and confidential packaging. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Guys, if you're looking for...
You want some boiled peanuts? What is a boiled peanut?
preach just staying together, having one mindset. We a family and having one goal, and that's playing to win. And I feel like last week, the last game, that was our third game of the week. We had one day to prepare. We don't make excuses, but we understand really what happened. But what that did was it motivated us today to win the game. And I knew it was going to be an outcome like that because we was hungry. We were better than what we showed last time. But all credit to Rodgers today. They came out and they pushed us. And I'm glad that our guys started listening down the stretch and we started finding those answers. We started finding answers against the zone, and we knew that once we got them out of that zone, it was hard for them to match up with us. That's why they were in that zone. So all kudos to our guys by staying level-headed. We were still down at half. They trusted the process. They trusted the coaching and the teaching from halftime. Once they trusted us and they listened to us, we broke the game open.
Absolutely cool.
Contractors, I don't want you to bring your metal to Kripke. I need you to bring your metal to Kripke. Baby, fall in love with metal recycling at Kripke Enterprises on the corner of Central and Centennial.
The people want you to believe a demon is a living creature that walk around and sleep. That's not no damn demon. A demon is the people, your family members, the low vibrational motherfuckers. The people. They just don't like you for no reason. Because you got that glow. Everybody say that I'm on demon time. Like, what the f? That's cool. You never gonna catch one of them by themselves. They not connected to no source. That's all that mean. They low vibrational, so they feed off the energy of others. They running packs. That's all they do. Demon time, man. That's sound good. But you get in my way, I'm gonna pin you to the floor.
You're listening to Black and White Sports, where there is no gray.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, back in here. Black and White Sports on this Wednesday. We just in here chilling hard. All right, Josh, let's go run the clip. We got Andy Sanzada. I got Sandman on the phone. Sandman, you'll like this, though. I'm going to tie this together when we come back. But let's get this, Josh. We got it fixed. Jay Bizzle. We're going to run this post-game. Star Spartans. All right. Head coach B.J. Raymond here after the victory over Rodgers. What was the difference, coach, between this situation and how you went out last time?
You know, we preach just staying together, having one mindset. We a family and having one goal, and that's playing to win. And I feel like last week, the last game, that was our third game of the week. We had one day to prepare. We don't make excuses, but we understand really what happened. But what that did was it motivated us today to win the game. And I knew it was going to be an outcome like that because we was hungry. We were better than what we showed last time. But all credit to Rodgers today. They came out and they pushed us. And I'm glad that our guys started listening down the stretch and we started finding those answers. We started finding answers against the zone, and we knew that once we got them out of that zone, it was hard for them to match up with us. That's why they were in that zone. So all kudos to our guys by staying level-headed. We were still down at half. They trusted the process. They trusted the coaching and the teaching from halftime. Once they trusted us and they listened to us, we broke the game open.
Absolutely.
Oh, there he is. That's the coach right there. And I want you to hear that, Andy, because what I was just saying, Josh.
That's awesome.
And right, Andy's part of that. So he's feeling this. Listen at the pride in his voice as he says that. Because Andy, it was crazy. I haven't seen him since he was playing at Xavier. So I'm going back post game, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm going to talk to coach. Yeah. And you know, it actually was a moment, Sam, man, because he turned around. He was like, oh, he lit up that it was me. So I had to deal with it being received, you know, that way. And that was heavy, man. So I was just, it was proud, man. I'm proud for BJ Raymond. You know, Andy and I, like I said, we were calling games, ladies and gentlemen, when those guys was coming through, him and Brian Roberts and these boys, Zach Hills. And shout out to all those boys, man. Andrew Taylor, the young one, before he took over as a senior, you guys know, and Coach Heinz, so all of that, man, and that whole era. But we were talking about it, Andy. A guy called us a while ago from, you know what I mean? He was actually old school for real and understood even before we got to those guys, because those guys came and they were probably the last almost installment of what was something that was similar to kind of what this thing was supposed to be about, what you saw, what you saw as a commentator, you know.
Well, I saw a really good St. John's team a couple weeks ago destroy somebody in the tournament that I was covering, where Margaretta lost to Toledo Central Catholic. So I think they've got a solid team and they could do some damage come tournament time.
Oh yeah, no, Coach showing them boys over there. It's serious, you know what I mean? So again, it's going to be interesting here. We got some talent in this area, this campaign, man, and it goes in each division. So it's going to be very, very exciting this go around. See how long we can last. So
well, and as Manny Johnson for Toledo Central Catholic is going to Eastern Michigan. He's a pretty special player. He shut down Julian Washington, who's going to Dayton on a full ride, and Julian was averaging 25 points a game. Julian still hit that number, but Toledo Central Catholic ended up winning the game because of their defense. Margaretta couldn't shoot the ball at all because of their defense, and Manny Johnson was a massive part of that. So it was fun to get to watch those guys, like I said, and reminisce with Bill Clark. I don't know if people know that story, Sav, on your air, but Bill Clark is the reason that I'm called the Sandman. He gave me that nickname back when I was in college, and I was doing sidelines with him at WB.
Right.
He couldn't pronounce my last name. So he said, we got to come up with a nickname for you because I can't say that.
Yeah.
So that's where it originated.
Okay. So shout out to that. You know what I mean? We like Josh is happy.
10-4, good buddy.
See, he's a big Bill Clark guy. Josh, that's his idol. Yeah, that's his idol.
Well, Bill gave me my first shot at play-by-play, so I'll forever be indebted to him for what he's done for my broadcasting career. And I still stay in touch with him after all these years. It's just awesome. But
yeah,
we forgot to mention yesterday because we ran out of time. Team USA skunked Canada 5-0 in women's hockey. That's the largest win in the history of the Olympics over Canada by the U.S. women's hockey team.
Yeah, and don't omit the since we're gonna go, then we can go to the history of this. Then if we're gonna get into that, but yes, salute to the 5-0. And first of all, let me back to the Bill Clark and shout out to the great with that Defiance College stand up. That's one thing too. I always like to make sure we insert that little item. But yeah, Andy, a part of that though, you might want to mention that one of those women was very significant in the history of things. And I don't know, maybe you wanted to mention that. And, I'd maybe let you go ahead and have the frame because it might sound a little bit better. For me, it could sound a little bit, slanted. For me, Layla Edwards, I don't know.
That's Layla Edwards. That's who it is. Yeah, she is the first female Black player on the U.S. women's hockey team to score a goal in the Olympics.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. History made last night in that 5-0 slaughter for Team USA. But no, thank you very much for that. No, we just wanted to keep all the items in there. But yeah, that's just it's important, in terms of just again the advancement of the ladies as a whole, because they are certainly making a mark because it's looking wild. I've slept on that because I usually wouldn't miss that. That should have been on the parlay.
Right.
That was supposed to be on the parlay for real.
Based on how they played yesterday, I don't know if Canada can even compete with them in the gold medal game. This team is I've never seen this team click the way that they have throughout this round robin part of the tournament.
Yeah.
And the preliminary rounds of the tournament. And the only way they lose is if they beat themselves. Otherwise they're winning gold again. And the men get started tomorrow. They play Latvia tomorrow at 3:00, I think it is.
Yeah, no, they are on the parlay.
It's about
they are
it's about to be intense with the hockey.
Sure. Them and the Canadians are on there. they're on this one. Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow. But let me ask you this, man.
That is Canada U.S. men's hockey is call off work watchable ability. That's what that's going to be.
Right on.
Because the four nations will carry over to the Olympics.
Oh, that's what we've been waiting for. But we said it then.
Yes.
We said it then. Yes. At that point, we said we'll get back at this soon. So here we are. All right, let me ask you this, though. I want to just transition real quick. Let me jump back to the NCAA here. And I don't know if you heard this story. I'm trying to read through it kind of, and I'm hoping I don't butcher his name. And Tulia Pupu, again, Montana linebacker, granted 9th year of eligibility by NCAA. I don't know if you had any thoughts about this, Andy. Had you heard this? This gentleman will return for a 2026 campaign after being granted his 9th year again of eligibility. The school announced this return on social media Monday alongside 6th year offensive lineman Dylan Jim Tagart, I think is his name, and Tulia Pupu, who turns 26 in March, is entering his second season at Montana after starting his collegiate career at USC in 2018. He was sidelined for his entire undergraduate campaign at USC after two surgery requiring injuries impacted his foot and knee. 2018 and 2020. The linebacker's first season at Montana and 8th overall was just his second full season played and 3rd with game action. So he saw the field for the first time as a redshirt senior in 22, appearing in all 14 games for the Trojans and recording 10 tackles, including 3 for loss and 1 quarterback hurry. Pupu was sidelined by another injury in 2023 and missed the whole season, and he wrapped up his USC career in 2024, playing 7 games for the Trojans before the season was cut short because of illness. He transferred to Montana in 2025. So, there you go. But I don't know. What do you think about that, though, before we get out of here?
I have a question for the NCAA. How does he get a 9th year, but Chambliss can't get a 6th year? Can somebody answer me that?
And we won't have an answer because it's never a goalpost that's sturdy. With these people.
Right. I don't get how one guy can get it and the other guy can't. And they're, and it's for a valid reason that he was asking for a 6th year. But I mean, he's going to go to the draft, so he's not hurting. But still, if he wants to come back and play college football, I say let him. But
this is wild,
there's
man.
There's something going on there. Maybe the fact that he's playing at Montana in Division II. He's allowed to play longer or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. In 9th year, everybody used to make fun of Carson Wentz when he was there for 6 years or whatever it was. So, it's pretty wild, Sav. But
maybe
we can never get clarity on anything related to the NCAA nowadays.
Never. Always and forever. And I think maybe we need to start training, Josh. There's money on the line, Josh.
Yeah,
because I can shoot some jumpers, Josh. You got to understand. Like all this, it's a win thing
as
with
for
me.
Football, I never played the game, but I'm going to look back at my transcripts and records and see that I have some eligibility left.
Yeah,
maybe I'll
we got to
play
check
on the U. Maybe I'll get Coach a guy from Mercer Jacobs. Maybe I will. You'll be convinced.
We can get you on the flag football team too. We got that going. So either way, we take the lighter route.
Or maybe Ski's club team.
There you go. But we got to look at some of this.
You can go on the bowling team. You can join the bowling team.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I got to look at it though, Andy. It's a stamina thing. I got to check it now. It's too much money on the line. I don't know. Stuff going on. Eligibility. I know I got some left.
You could have your show and go play and have an NIL deal to pay for the show.
and be the game. Like, all right, I got to go. Show is over, everybody. But listen, we go get out of here tonight. Speaking of Bill Clark and them boys, is it Central Catholic?
No, tonight is Ohio State.
Ohio State. It's Buckeyes.
Tomorrow
it's little Jerry.
Central Catholic.
Yeah, it's little Jerry and USC and 614 tonight. So we got that. Get ready to jump off. All right. So we get ready to get out of here. Thank you guys for hanging with us on this again. Will to Win Wednesday. We think we demonstrated that. We were cool. Before I go, let me look. I like the Buckeyes. They should win this game. It says they'll win. I don't know. Something funky about it, but if they're giving them 7.5 points, there's a reason for it. But I still would take USC with the 7.5 tonight. I also like the over in this game, over 150.5. Obviously, Michigan at Northwestern, that's a money line, but I don't think they cover. I think Northwestern does come to compete, and it shocks people. BG, 7.5 at Northern Illinois. Nope, they won't cover that, but they will win. Take Northern there with the points. UT, take Western with the points. And I think that's about it. And EMU, you guys brought them up in Kent. Take Kent to cover that 9. And also, too, Cal. Take the 6.5 at Syracuse. Can't give you my NBA. We got to go. For Andy Sanzada, appreciate you, brother. All right, Monty Features and Josh Burnham. Hell of a job today. Talk to you guys Thursday. All right, be kind, be respectful, be nice. Get this work. Hope you get some more money. Shout out Hightower, man. Get on the seas. We don't talk to you and handle your business today.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
The Buckeyes play here. This is Toledo's ESPN 100.7, The Ticket.
They're 18-6, 7-6 in the Big Ten. And based on everything that didn't go well Sunday against Michigan, Ron, that Jake Diebler has talked about quite a bit since then,